An unassuming lady was ejected from a dining spot. Moments afterward, her tycoon spouse's Porsche pulls up. She never imagined her everyday outfit would lead to her removal from the upscale eatery. Yet once her partner appears, the situation flips immediately. The gentle shimmer of dusk lamps highlighted Hannah Parker's features while she maneuvered through the crowded avenues of central Boston. At age 34, she moved with a subtle assurance born from full self-awareness. Her neutral sweater and practical footwear mirrored her down-to-earth personality instead of her wealth. This evening held importance. Following 14 years with technology pioneer Michael Parker, Hannah intended a secret gesture for their milestone. Michael had poured endless effort into debuting his fresh eco-friendly power system, so she aimed to book a spot at the Crystal Palace, the city's premier venue, the very location of their initial outing. That was when Michael remained an ambitious technician with grand visions, and Hannah instructed painting at the neighborhood hub. Hannah glanced at her timepiece. Ideal moment. She had just wrapped her regular ceramics session at the nearby workshop. Traces of clay lingered faintly under her nails. She hadn't intended to get fancy yet. The booking was set for the following week, and today she merely wished to confirm it personally. Aware of the challenge in obtaining a seat there, the eatery emerged ahead, a refined structure with warm amber glow pouring onto the pavement. Via the expansive panes, Hannah observed sparkling chandeliers dangling from decorated vaults, lighting linens of spotless white on tables where Boston's upper crust savored meals in elegant garb. Inhaling deeply, Hannah shoved the thick glass entrance. Victoria, the hostess, positioned at her podium, flawlessly attired in a fitted dark ensemble, scanned Hannah quickly, her gaze tightening a bit at the relaxed look. "Hello," Hannah offered kindly. "Could I reserve for next Friday, please?" Victoria kept a polished, impartial face, though her voice held a touch of brush off. "Regrettably, we're completely occupied for the coming 3 months, Mom." Hannah grinned, unfazed. "I realize you're swamped. It's for a meaningful milestone, and this spot holds deep significance for my spouse and me." Before Victoria could answer, a gentleman in a costly outfit neared the stand. Hannah identified Richard Hammond, a regional property magnate famous for his ostentatious ways and frequent features in Boston society columns. "Victoria, my regular spot isn't set right," Hammond griped, ignoring Hannah entirely. "And I explicitly asked for the 82 Bordeaux to be prepped." "Immediately, Mr. Hammond," Victoria answered, her attitude shifting at once to eager deference. Hammond at last eyed Hannah, performing a swift, belittling evaluation. He bent toward Victoria, murmuring loudly enough to ensure it carried. "I believe this venue upheld criteria. Since when do we permit random folks in from the curb?" Victoria coughed awkwardly. "Sir, I was noting our full schedule." Hannah sensed heat rising to her throat but stayed poised. "As I mentioned, it's for our milestone. Maybe I could consult the supervisor on any openings." "Listen," Hammond cut in, facing her squarely. "This isn't a laid-back cafe. Folks queue for months. They attire suitably." He motioned disdainfully at her mud-flecked pants. Hannah squared her posture. "I appreciate the venue's reputation, sir. I'm solely attempting to book for next week, not eat now." Hammond huffed. "Victoria, manage this. My party awaits." As Hammond departed, Hannah spotted various guests eyeing the interaction curiously, some with barely hidden smirks. She faced Victoria again, resolved to finish despite the shame simmering inside. "Sorry for the disruption," Hannah stated, preserving her poise. Regarding the booking, Victoria halted her with a rehearsed grin that stayed surface level. "Maybe I wasn't explicit, Mom. No slots exist." Hannah delved into her bag. "I know this is an elite place. I'd deposit if it secures a spot." She retrieved her billfold, but Victoria raised a palm. "It's beyond deposits," she murmured. "The Crystal Palace serves specific patrons. We uphold criteria." The suggestion lingered unspoken. Hannah's face warmed, now from anger rather than shame. Understood, she answered evenly. Harn those criteria judge looks, not integrity. Victoria's face stiffened. Mom, you might prefer a bistro nearby. They're charming and suit relaxed visitors better. From his seat, Hammond observed with open glee. He projected his voice for adjacent tables. Certain folks just miss their station. This isn't charity dining. A handful of diners snickered, spurring the venue's female overseer, Elaine, who'd been watching close by. She neared with the assurance of one used to tough scenarios. Issue here, Victoria, she queried, staring critically at Hannah. This lady was departing, Victoria said seamlessly. Hannah held firm. In fact, I sought a booking for a key event. My spouse and I. Madam. Elaine broke in, patronizingly. Please exit. You're upsetting patrons. Hannah glanced about, stunned. I'm only booking. How does that bother anyone? Hammond piped up again from afar. Some need double telling. Elaine drew nearer, whispering menacingly. Ma'am, leave willingly or security removes you. Hannah surged with incredulity. This couldn't be real. Do you handle every prospective guest this way? Or just non-designer arrivals? The overseer's tolerance waned visibly. We reserve refusal rights for those failing our venue norms. And those norms are. Hannah pressed, voice firm despite inner turmoil. Elaine eyed Hammond, who nodded faintly. Priority patrons were inconvenienced. Thomas, Elaine summoned a suited youth by the door. Remove this lady. She's disrupting. The youth appeared uneasy but neared obediently. Ma'am, please follow me. Hannah stayed planted, absorbing the ridiculousness. You're expelling me for booking while comfy dressed. We're preserving ambience. Elaine stated rigidly. Patrons demand a specific setting. The Thomas tentatively hovered a hand by her arm, avoiding contact. Please, ma'am. Hannah surveyed the onlookers. Some uneasy, others entertained, most resuming chatter, deeming it trivial. She considered pushing, revealing her spouse, but interruptions blocked each attempt. My husband is. Hannah started. Let me predict. Elaine smirked. A big shot. We get that often. If you'd allow explanation, Hannah retried. No need. Victoria inserted. The Crystal Palace enforces clear rules. Gathering maximal grace, Hannah let herself be guided out. Behind, Hammond's smug laugh and murmur echoed. At last. Some are too broke to linger. At the threshold, Hannah pivoted to the overseer. You've erred. The sole error, Elaine shot back icily, was admitting you initially. Thomas propped the door, gaze lowered, visibly ashamed of his part in the spectacle. Stepping into the crisp night breeze, Hannah drew her phone. This wasn't her envisioned way to loop Michael into the milestone shock, but circumstances shifted. Unbeknownst to her, her mate's glossy ebony Porsche was already rounding the bend toward the venue. Michael opted to astonish her post. Early meeting, recalling her plan to visit Crystal Palace for their milestone booking. If this tale moves you, tap subscribe and enter our circle. You won't miss the upcoming twist in this profound revelation. The night breeze chilled unexpectedly on Hannah's heated face as she waited outside Crystal Palace. The sting of insult hit not from caring about superficial judges, but from the raw unfairness. Past the pains, she spotted Victoria and Elaine sharing triumphant looks, as if guarding their elite domain from an invader. Hannah's digits paused over her phone, ready to dial Michael, when a refined motor hum drew her ear. A streamlined black Porsche 911 eased curbside before the eatery, its shine mirroring the entry's warm glow. Hannah's pulse raced. She'd know that vehicle anywhere. Within Crystal Palace, elite service flowed smoothly. Hammond entertained his group with pompous tales, his loud guffaws echoing. Victoria resumed her post as Elaine personally tended a sharply dressed pair. The entry swung once more, eliciting Victoria's trained beam, that iced upon sighting the newcomer. Michael Parker framed the doorway, his stature clad in deep navy formal wear radiating understated affluence. At 40, he bore the poise of one needing no validation, Achievements sufficed. His scan pinpointed Hannah curbside. Brief puzzlement flashed, then hardened resolve. Evening, Victoria welcomed, professionalism kicking in. Crystal Palace welcome. Reservation, sir. Michael faced her, face neutral. Joining my spouse. Victoria's grin widened. Certainly, sir. Name on booking. Parker, he stated plainly. Michael Parker. Impact rippled subtly. Victoria's beam dipped briefly. Parker resonated in Boston commerce. She regained quickly, confidence now laced with doubt. Mr. Parker, she managed evenly. No listing tonight under that. My wife arranged one, Michael said, tone even yet sharp, straightening Victoria. For our milestone next week, she stepped out, apparently. Victoria paled faintly. Your wife visited. Description. Michael's stare intensified. Blonde, neutral sweater, likely noted our milestone. Color fled Victoria's cheeks as truth hit. From afar, Hammond eyed with rising curiosity, detecting the vibe shift. Sir, possible mix-up. Victoria started, but Michael bypassed, opening for Hannah's hand. All good, he murmured as she readered, grasping it. Hardly. Hannah answered, steady amid undercurrents. The venue hushed oddly, talks fading as drama brewed. Elaine hurried over, noting entry trouble. Trouble, she asked, eyes flicking between Michael's luxury wear and Hannah's ease, calculations whirring behind her facade. Indeed, Michael said coolly. My wife was just ousted. Elaine's veneer slipped momentarily before resetting. Must be confusion. We enforce guest norms. Norms? Michael echoed, word dangling like fragile glass. Which prevent my wife from mere booking. Hannah observed staff assurance erode. Victoria paged frantically through bookings, seeking proof of prior aid. Sir, Elaine retried softly. Private chat, surely a mix-up. No. Hannah cut in, voice found. Your norms, and my failure, were crystal. The nearby Hammond coughed pointedly. She disrupted. He volunteered, missing room cues. Some lack finesse for such venues. Michael pivoted slowly, noting Hammond anew. You are. Richard Hammond, he boasted, frequent patron. Got it, Michael said conversationally. You deemed fit to meddle in my wife's treatment. Hammond's bravado faltered, clocking Michael's effortless authority, not gaudy but innate. Your wife. Hammond echoed, edge dulling. Yes, Mr. Hammond. Hannah Parker. Michael's calm chilled the space. Parker Innovation Foundation co-founder, Boston Modern Art Museum Board, who sought anniversary booking at our first date site. Silence engulfed utterly. Kitchen crew peeked, paused. Victoria froze, books agape, Elaine's grin vanished. Hannah felt no victory in their unease, only sorrow at Snap's superficial judgments. Michael, she murmured, touching his arm. Fine, let's leave. But Michael pressed, eyes on squirming Hammond, fascinating Mr. Hammond, how wealth gets mistaken for value. Crystal Palace hung in tense hush. All stared at the entry scene, Hannah simply attired, Michael impeccably, staff in horrified realization. Mr. Parker. Elaine croaked, condescension gone. Deepest regrets for the error. Honored to seat you and Mrs. Parker now. Michael unchanged. Error, he reiterated. That's the term. Thomas, earlier escort, lingered, unease clear. Unlike others, genuine remorse showed. Sir, Victoria tried, facade fracturing. We could know Mrs. Parker's identity, if she'd said. She attempted. Thomas voiced softly, startling all, including himself. Repeatedly. Victoria glared, but he pressed, resolve building. Mrs. Parker noted her husband, no one heeded. Hammond, refusing margin, stood. Hold on. The lady was improperly dressed for this level. Rules serve purpose. Michael faced fully. Mr. Hammond, what grants respect worthiness? Query simple, yet piercing. Hammond faltered. Well, standards upkeep, he puffed. Hard work earns status, privileges. Intriguing, Michael said. My wife aids destitute kids, teaching art for unspoken pain. Boards allocate millions charitably. Voice casual, reaching all silent corners. She dresses functionally. Focus on essence, not facade. Hannah gently pressed his arm. Not his norm, he shunned clashes, letting deeds talk. But his fire tonight recalled her initial draw. Michael, softly. Truly okay. He softened, gazing her. Not okay, Hannah. Beyond you. How many others endured, lacking re-entry to unveil bias? Elaine advanced, desperation clear. Mr. Parker, let us rectify. Office talk. Michael to her, poised yet firm. Rectify. You missed the point. Not table post identity reveal. You deem some merit dignity, others not. Diners fidgeted. Not anticipated dinner theater. This mirror to exclusivity's dark. Across, age pair rose. Lady, gracefully understated, approached. Young man, voice weighted by Boston elite years. Spot on. To staff, my spouse, and I dined 20 years. Watch shift from character, value into looks, connections only. Tonight confirms suspicions. Husband beside, no return. Hammond, tide turning, tried recovery. Margaret, overblown. Standards or what, Richard? She countered. Judge character over clothes. Horrors. Thomas advanced, shedding server coat. Ma'am, I resign. Guest profiling uneasy months, tonight over line. Can't back. Victoria shattered fully. Thomas absurd. Career? Considering it. He placed coat on desk. Hannah viewed fallout mixed. She sought no chaos, lives appended. Yet reckoning perhaps due. Michael. Quiet. Home. He nodded, spectacle not her way. Turning Elaine's last desperate, Mr. Parker, anniversary booking. Honored, greatest. Michael paused doorway, facing all, patrons, staff, Hammond awaiting. Our milestone aimed love, evolution, core values, he said. Incompatible here. Outside, Hannah linked hands. Quait the show, lips curving. Overdone. Uncertain. She pondered. World needs reminders worth beyond looks. Nearing Porsche, unnoticed Thomas exited behind, calling timidly. Mrs. Parker. They turned, surprised. Just, thanks for upholding. Not only her but silenced others. Michael grinned, hand out. Truth, speaking courageous. Hannah sudden. Known, Mom. Puzzled. Dine with us. Invite. Cozy Italian. Food judged, not folks. Trio departed Crystal Palace, confrontation weight easing. Behind windows, Elaine gestured urgently to staff. Victoria slumped at post, Hammond solitary. Spotlight undesired, reasons wrong. 3 weeks on, Hannah at wheel, clay hands forming plain vase. Afternoon rays pierced studio windows, lighting airborne specks. Her haven, value by intent, toil, not facade, rank. Door eased, Michael with coffees. Set one near, cautious of work, leaned watching adept fingers birth beauty from muck. Board greenlit Thomas's plan, post cozy quiet. Full backing community arts. Hannah beamed, wheel focused. Suspected. He spots promise overlooked. Post palace night, Thomas contacted Hannah on dream, reachable arts in needy areas. Guided, he crafted Parker Foundation pitch, service insights barrier busting. Article. Michael coffee sip. She nodded. Globe piece on palace stirred dining buzz, not naming Hannah her request, but igniting talk on exclusion, bias, divides. Victoria rang again. Michael. Third weekly. Post-event, she exited palace amid public value rethink. Apology letter sincere. Regret beyond night, owning past patterns, now amending. Perhaps converse. Hannah Clay working. Growth chance for all. Michael at her mercy smile. You astonish endlessly. After her actions. Not erasure. Hannah up gazing. Choice how event molds future. She could champion against prior mindset. Michael nodded. Her surface, beyond vision. Kids transformative. Boards vital. His ethic anchor amid success skew. Anniversary spot undecided. Remind. 2 days off. Hannah stilled clay. Idea actually. Next night, pair outside humble brick in distant hood from glitzy dine zone. Signed community table. Windows showed mixed ages. Roots at Bigwood. Benches, sure, Michael. Answer known. She nodded. Thomas raved. Pay as able. Kid cook lessons. Re-entry job train. Embodies beliefs. Inside. Varied crew welcomed uniformly. No double. Takes Hannah's basic frock. Michael's tie. Less. Seated long bench by birthday family. Opposite solo elder. Meal honest. Lovely fare. Genuine bonds struck Hannah. Michael. Talks cross tables freely. Laughs burst natural. Staff like kin, not servants. Dessert mid, Thomas beamed. Presenting to founder. Ex-top chef ditching prestige for inclusion. Thoughts? Eager. Ideal. Hannah true. Celebration authentic, open, happy. Exciting, Michael quietly settled all tabs, donated big to programs, not show, value nod. Under budding stars, Hannah hand in his to car, once palace stirrer, now mere ride. Anniversary joy, soft facing. 14 years you clarify world. She smiled, weeks teaching settling. Recall first meet words. Priceless can't buy, flaunt. Michael nodded, early engineer, art teacher days. Palace night. Hannah on, choice reminder. What value, respect merit, reveals core. Driving city, missed X, palace window sign. New management, all welcome. Changes dramatic like eatery clash, or quiet, via reflect, choice. Person by person. True shift starts knowing worth never appearance, alone. If moved, subscribe, comment thoughts. Watching where? Ever appearance, misjudged. Experiences build us. Next tale soon, reminding life's true essence.